It was just after 5 yesterday evening when Elizabeth City Police got the call about a possible shooting near Jordan Street. 3 people were found with deadly gunshot wounds.
"39-year-old Takia Deshae Berry was a mother, sister, daughter, and friend to many. She was the mother of 2 beautiful daughters, a brilliant, sweet, and lovable 3-year-old named Allura and a 16-year-old. She resided in Manteo, North Carolina, and had recently gone back to school to study accounting. She was a family-oriented individual, and her home was often used as the hangout spot for all of her family. She was loving, generous, one of the nicest people you could ever meet, and an amazing mother who always made time for her children. On the evening of December 2nd, Takia agreed to give a ride to a friend, 40-year-old Roderick White, while visiting the Elizabeth City, North Carolina area. She wasn't too familiar with the area and was completely unaware of the chaos that would soon take place.
We just got in moments ago new information on the breaking news that we told you about at the top of our newscast, this triple shooting in Elizabeth City, and the new details are very disturbing, but we can now tell you that police are confirming 3 people died.
After the chaos was over, 3 people were left dead. Takia Berry, her 3-year-old daughter Allura Pleasure, and 18-year-old Jaquan White, the nephew of Roderick White, who died in an effort to protect Takia as well as her daughter from gunfire. Jaquan was standing near the vehicle right before the gunfire erupted, and according to his mother, was on his way to play basketball with a group of friends before they stopped to listen to music coming from a nearby vehicle. Roderick White, the friend of Takia Berry, among 2 others, were also struck by bullets. 2 of the men would sustain minor injuries and eventually be released from the hospital, while 1 remains in the hospital while being treated for his injuries.
News 3 spoke with Berry's aunt, who said the family is understandably distraught and not up for talking right now. Police say the victims were inside a car when they were shot. That car was towed away last night as evidence, and just across the street, 2 other vehicles were also riddled with bullets. We watched as one was towed away this afternoon. Investigators scoured the area today searching for further evidence. At this point, we do not know a motive or any information about a suspect. One neighbor told us how her 11-year-old son was home at the time and heard all the gunshots.
And all morning I've been thinking to myself, what if it was my baby? What if my son was coming to check the mail? What if he was coming to take out the trash? And it was him. Like, I've been sick all morning. Sick. An innocent child that did not deserve any of it.
Although the Elizabeth City Police Department believes this was an isolated incident, family members of both Takia Berry and Jaquan White insist they were not the target. Officials have released no information about a possible motive or the circumstances that led up to the shooting. Takia's sister, along with other family members, believes the friend whom she provided a ride to put her in a dangerous situation and thought that her presence, along with her daughter, would deter any violence that was directed towards him.
Spoke to a family member of Deshae Berry and 3-year-old Allura Pleasure, who were tragically killed in Thursday night's triple homicide. She tells me her family wants closure and answers as to who killed the mother of 2.
She was very vibrant. She was very generous and loving. She was not a target.
But Berry's family believes someone else was the target in the shooting.
Roderick's name is familiar.
They say Deshae was giving Roderick White a ride just before the shooting happened.
She just happened to be an innocent bystander. She was a non-judgmental person. And I believe that prevented her from seeing the dangers of who she was giving a ride, who she was currently associating herself with.
Meanwhile, Elizabeth City police are still investigating the homicide and no suspects have been named. However, Berry's family believes White knows more than what he's telling police.
Be truthful about what led up to you being targeted, which means you would know who it is who would want to harm you, which means you know who harmed my cousins, Deshae and Allura.
2 of her nephews were shot last Thursday. 1 died, and now their family wants answers.
Last Thursday,
since the weather's been so nice,
a ride to play ball.
So when they turned on Perry Street, Somehow the car stopped and the driver knew or was talking to someone.
Turned deadly for Tiffany Griffin's nephew.
And bullets just started flying.
3 people would die in the chaotic gunfire. 39-year-old Deshae Berry, 3-year-old Alora Pledger, and Griffin's nephew, 18-year-old Jaquan White.
A baby was killed, and my nephew was holding this baby, trying to stop the bullets from hitting this baby. Even when they were killing him, he sat there and was just trying to stop those bullets from hitting that baby.
Her other nephew was also shot, but he survived.
He's traumatized. He can't sleep. Imagine being ambushed and you don't even know nothing. And you're in a car and you're bunched in. Where can you run?
She believes people in the community know who's responsible.
We want to find out who did this. We need help. But people are scared to say anything.
She and her family are begging them to come forward.
This innocent lives are being taken. Families are being destroyed. And it hurts.
Vaughn Pledger, the father of 3-year-old Alora Pledger, was informed of her death as well as Takia's death while temporarily away at work in Wisconsin, and last saw his daughter 3 weeks prior, right before he left. Although no longer with Takia, he still loves her, and the two spoke daily. He is completely shocked and devastated by the news.
Earlier today, the community coming together in Elizabeth City, including Jaquan White's mother.
With Miss Lee, and I just applaud her courage just to be here today. We know this cannot be easy, but just being here, we're here for you.
Residents, the Pasquotank County NAACP, and Mothers Against Gun Violence all calling to put an end to gun violence.
This community that is standing behind us from all walks, they are here to support these families and to say no more to gun violence in Pasquotank County.